Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, it is Memorial Day weekend, and for many that means vacation days, family time, and barbecues. But for several others, they honor the servicemen and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. 15,000 veterans have been laid to their final rest in Sarasota National Memorial Cemetery, dating as far back as World War I. Only 6 soldiers that were killed in action are buried there, but today the cemetery honored all of those who died serving our country. The cemetery hosting its 8th annual Memorial Day service at Patriot Plaza. Hundreds of volunteers sharing their deepest condolences for the families enduring another day without their loved ones. For some, it was their first Memorial Day without a relative, and for mothers like Roberta Brockway, whose son was killed in the line of duty in 2011, it's an opportunity to share the legacy left by their hero.
I want to encourage others who are having a hard time with something, and if it's something that you want, keep trying. You will do it. My son did.
But there's no amount of gratitude, not enough thanks that we can give veterans who have served, but particularly on Memorial Day for those who have fallen.
Tonight at 11, we'll be hearing more from a World War II veteran with a special outlook on this day after a near-death experience he had while serving. In other news, members of Venice Middle School's Young Marines programs also honoring fallen heroes this weekend. Each year, the Young Marines try to do something to honor the men and women who served our country. In preparation for a ceremony at Venice Memorial Gardens, the Young Marines placed flags on each gravestone for members of the military. Many of the students hope to someday join the Marine Corps. And lots of events are planned across the Sun Coast this weekend and on Monday to honor our military men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice. You can find a full list of those events on our website, mysuncoast.com. AAA is reminding drivers its Tow-to-Go program is available through the weekend. Since 1998, Tow-to-Go has safely removed more than 24,000 impaired drivers from the road across the Southeast and the Midwest. The Auto Club Group Traffic Safety Foundation and Budweiser provide this program to prevent impaired drivers from getting behind the wheel and risking the lives of others on the roads. AAA says it's important to remember to choose a designated driver and to stay where you are celebrating if you can't arrange any other safe forms of transportation. Those rides will be available throughout the state until Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. And Sarasota police teaming up with several agencies this morning to help keep boaters safe on our water during Memorial Day weekend. They were holding their annual boating safety inspection at Centennial Park, checking boaters' equipment and making sure that they are prepared for the summer season. Families enjoying the Memorial Day weekend may head out during the day on a boat that has seen very little use during the winter. And law enforcement wants to make sure everyone is operating with reliable equipment.
We're not looking to write tickets, we're looking to educate people. We have some donation of some life jackets from a local flotilla, and we give out some informational packets. Today was your free pass, so if you're going to be out there tomorrow or the next day, make sure you have all of your safety equipment in order.
And in the excitement of the holiday weekend, Sarasota police say safety equipment checks are often overlooked, so make sure to give your boat a double check before taking your family out this weekend. And almost a decade after the number of boaters in Florida took a nosedive, the number of registered vessels is inching its way back up. Florida Today saying that there were more than 95,000 fewer registered vessels in 2016 than a decade earlier, over a 9% dip. The number of boats bottoming out in 2013 at almost 900,000, but that number has increased every year since and is now over 930,000. And the Florida Wildlife Commission is reminding boaters to look out for manatees while enjoying this weekend. Manatees are big, slow-moving, and must come to the surface to breathe. FWC is asking to please obey the posted speed zones on the water while boating and slow down when operating boats and other personal watercrafts, especially in those shallow areas and around seagrass beds like much of Sarasota Bay. Also, you could wear polarized sunglasses to make it easier to see those manatees while boating. Look for their tails, backs, snouts, or circular water imprints at the surface to avoid colliding with these iconic aquatic mammals, especially to this area. Now let's head over to Steve Newman for a check on that weather. Good boating weather coming up, Steve?
Great boating weather and great for watching the manatees as long as you stay away from them. We're well underway the Memorial Day weekend, and with high pressure in place, Florida has some spectacular weather, not so spectacular to the north, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But other than a few showers down around the Everglades, South Florida area, we are dry and will stay that way for the rest of the weekend. Here's our short-term rapid refresh model, that's a mouthful, that takes us through the overnight hours, mainly a sea breeze, clear skies until close to dawn. Maybe some mid-level clouds will form as the humidity goes up, but they'll burn back off very quickly to a mostly sunny day by late morning. Here's your overnight temperature forecast, cooling off from 82 now down into the low 70s toward dawn. Our complete weather forecast and that severe weather outlook up north in just a few minutes. Adam?
Thank you very much, Steve. It's every new car owner's worst nightmare. Northport police say they're looking for a man who parked his car next to an SUV and keyed the vehicle. Take a look. Police looking for this man who they say keyed the car without being provoked by anyone. Please contact Northport Police if you have any information on the suspect shown in that photo. And law enforcement's keeping a close lookout for drunk drivers this weekend, and the Manatee County Sheriff's Office caught a few during the month. In their monthly saturation patrol, deputies arrested 7 people, 4 of which were DUIs. They also passed out over 100 citations and 4 warnings. The Sheriff's Office says the average offender drives under the influence once every 4 to 5 nights, and national averages show alcohol-related fatalities occur every 30 minutes. So keep an eye out for that, and please do not get behind the wheel if you are in any way under the influence. And Manatee County is hosting a meeting on a major utility project coming to Anna Maria Island. The Anna Maria Island Force Main Pipe Replacement Project will start this summer. The project will replace aging water and sewer lines as well as other utility work along Gulf Drive from Cortez to just north of Manatee Avenue. The county's Utilities and Public Works departments will host the meeting next Tuesday night at Cross Point Fellowship Church in Holmes Beach from 4:30 to 6. And if you're thinking of being one of the first to visit Pandora at Disney's Animal Kingdom, you might want to wait until after the holiday weekend. Today was officially the first day that the new world was open to the public. Guests reported the 2 main rides reaching wait times of over 5 hours this morning. Pandora brings to life the world created on screen by James Cameron 8 years ago in the hit movie Avatar, from the Navi River journey to the bioluminescent rainforest. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, a man shouting slurs at people on a train stabbed several passengers to death. We'll tell you what police are saying about his possible motive. And a rock legend with strong ties to the Sun Coast passes away. That and more when we return.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Welcome back. A man is under arrest after a deadly stabbing attack on a Portland, Oregon commuter train. Jeremy Joseph Christian is being held without bond after killing 2 people. Portland police say it happened Friday on a Metropolitan Area Express light rail train. Witnesses telling police Christian began shouting hate speech on that crowded train. He may have been targeting 2 girls described as Muslim, one who was wearing a hijab. Christian stabbed 2 men who were trying to intervene and also stabbed another man. 1 man died at the scene and the other passed away later in the hospital. And an update on the Manchester terror attack. Britain is reducing its terrorism threat level from critical to severe this Saturday. Authorities making major progress in unraveling the plot behind that concert bombing. Police arresting 2 more today in Manchester on suspicion of terrorism offenses, bringing the total number of suspects in custody to 11. Manchester bomber Salman Abedi's father and younger brother are also in detention in Libya. Manchester police responded to the UK's change in threat level in a statement posted on Twitter, saying the change does not alter their response that left 22 people dead. President Donald Trump wrapping up the first international trip of his presidency today. His 9-day trip, including visits to Saudi Arabia, Israel, the Vatican, Belgium, and Italy. His last visit was to U.S. troops at a NATO naval air base in Sicily. Here's Ashley Coram with more as he returns to the United States.
President Trump wrapped up day 9 and his first overseas tour, pledging his support for the U.S. military.
You are the men and women who make up the most powerful military in the world, and under my administration, as you know, you've seen it, right? Under my administration, stronger and stronger every single day. I also know that the single greatest strength of our armed forces is you, all of you.
As Trump makes his way back to Washington, he's facing yet another political firestorm involving Russia. The Washington Post is reporting the president's son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner proposed setting up secret means of communicating with the Kremlin. One of the Washington Post reporters who broke the story says it happened during a December meeting set up by Kushner and attended by former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak.
Jared is the one who sets up the meeting, and Flynn is invited a few days later. And during that discussion, according to Kislyak's account, you basically have Jared Kushner proposing the idea of having a secure private communications channel, and Jared actually proposes doing so at a Russian facility, specifically the Russian embassy in Washington.
According to the New York Times, the channel was intended to discuss strategy in Syria and other policy issues. A source with knowledge of the matter confirmed to CNN that Kushner spoke in December with the Russian ambassador about creating a secret communications channel with the Kremlin. The White House is not commenting. I'm Ashley Coram reporting.
And the president tweeting earlier today that he will make a decision next week on whether the U.S. will withdraw from the landmark Paris Climate Accord. The president met with world leaders this week at the G7 summit in Sicily. Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the United Kingdom are reaffirming their commitment to that Paris Agreement. During the campaign, President Trump vowed to rip up that agreement if elected. Aides say he is listening to other world leaders with an open mind, but hasn't decided whether to withdraw the U.S. from that pact. In other news, a pioneer of American music with Suncoast ties has died. Greg Allman passing away at his home in Savannah, Georgia today. Allman and his brother Dwayne founded the legendary Allman Brothers Band and recorded classics like Midnight Rider and Ramblin' Man. Allman's manager says he had a number of health issues. He used to frequent the Suncoast and was a Sarasota County resident earlier in his life. Greg Allman was 69 years old. Chipotle fans, you may be part of a recent company-wide malware breach. Chipotle saying it has identified the malware responsible for a credit card hack earlier this year. Chipotle did not disclose the exact number of restaurants affected, but said most nationwide locations are now involved. Among the Suncoast locations affected, there are 3 stores in Sarasota, 1 in Bradenton, and another in Northport. For more information on which stores were part of that breach and when, you can check out our website, mysuncoast.com. A Florida woman is looking for a new place to live tonight after her massive stuffed animal collection forced her to move out of her longtime home. Nancy Duchovny's house filled with thousands of toys. Look at that, so many that there's only one place to sit down and just a small pathway through the house. Duchovny says she sends toys in gift boxes to charities around the world, but the collection was recently deemed a fire hazard. Now, after 12 years in the same place, she is looking for a new home. Duchovny says despite the move, she plans to bring her collection with her wherever she goes. She has to. I mean, can you imagine how long that took to put together?
Well, there goes the old adage, you cannot have too many stuffed toys. You clearly can have too many stuffed toys.
Yeah, there's too much fun happening in Jacksonville right there.
Wendy's having fun on vacation this weekend. She'll be back next week, and I'm here for her. And what a great Memorial Day weekend it is in progress. It's going to get better and warmer a little bit as the weekend goes on. And this is where I'm going to be tomorrow, not necessarily at Casey Key, but I'm going to be on that sand by about 10 o'clock so I can be at work here late in the afternoon. Hope you get to enjoy either the sand or a cement pool to cool off because it's going to be about 90 degrees most areas tomorrow. Currently at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, it is 84 degrees. Our dew point is 63. It's actually gone down a little bit in the last few hours. Our humidity, 49%, but that west sea breeze. And our high today was actually cooler than normal by a couple of degrees, 85. Last night's low 64. You can see 6 degrees cooler than normal, but that's going to come up. We're going to be warmer for the rest of the weekend and the early part of next week. No rain, by the way, until probably late next week. So you want to think about watering your lawn. Keep that in mind. Probably Thursday is the next best chance for rain. In the near 90-degree range across most of the Sunshine State, 80s along the coast, but because of the sea breeze doesn't quite make it far inland. You can see low to mid-90s far inland. And in Sarasota and northern and Manatee County, you can see temperatures along the coast beautiful, 83 at Anna Maria, 82 at Longboat Key, but near 90 away from the sea breeze and Duet. And the same effect here with the wind blowing from west-northwest that's cooling influence not quite reaching Harbor Heights or Punta Gorda where it's near 90 degrees, where along the coast it's in the low 80s. And all that moisture and warmth from the Gulf of Mexico is streaming northward, setting the stage for outbreaks of severe weather from Oklahoma across the mid-Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley to the Atlantic coast. Right now, the focus has been for the afternoon between St. Louis and Springfield, Missouri. They've had a couple of tornado warnings in effect. These are tornado watches, and things are starting to fire up back in Oklahoma. We have a brand new tornado warning around Miami, Oklahoma. It's a tiny town right up in the northwest corner. We'll follow the progress of that through the night. We have our own warning in Florida, and it's not for wet, it's for dry because of the fire weather warning will expire at the top of the hour for the heart of the state. And this little outline here is for a fire weather watch for tomorrow could be issued. And with no rain, that warning area could expand or contract day to day. Right now, here's our RPM computer forecast model showing high pressure remaining in force right on through the weekend. No chance of rain. Should be beautiful weather right on through Monday until we get our next chance of rain. If you're out on the water, northwest winds 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 feet or less. Bay and inland waters will have a light chop. That UV index is the highest of the whole year, right on for the next 6 weeks. So make sure you slap on that sunscreen. And our forecast for tonight is for clear skies, a beautiful evening, 70 degrees, the overnight low temperature. And our 7-day outlook taking us through the next week shows nothing happening until probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, when the sea breeze storm engine kicks in.
Now, sports.
Tampa Bay Rays have been back on track, winning their last 3 games, including yesterday against the red-hot Minnesota Twins. Chris Archer holding the Twins to just 5 hits and 2 runs last night, while the Rays offense added 3 home runs from the likes of Logan Morrison, Kevin Kiermaier, and Steven Souza Jr. on their way to scoring 5 runs in that win. But today it was the Twins that notched 5 runs, holding the Rays to just 3. Corey Dickerson, who's hitting .330 this year, was not in the Rays lineup this afternoon. And it's a big weekend for baseball across the big leagues. Several teams supporting our troops with special Memorial Day hats and other accessories. And at today's Yankees games, you can see several active duty soldiers in uniform as well. In the military, soldiers depend on watching each other's backs. And on the field, Yankee outfielder Aaron Judge was looking out for his teammate Starlin Castro on that in-between pop-up. Take another look in and out of Castro's glove, but it's all good. Aaron Judge right there for the alley-oop to end the inning for a nice play of the day. Hall of Fame pitcher and Major League trailblazer Jim Bunning passed away Friday. Bunning played for 4 teams during a 17-year career that included 9 All-Star nods and a whopping 224 career wins. The right-hander was the first pitcher in the last century to throw a no-hitter in both the American and National Leagues, and the second to record 100 wins and 1,000 strikeouts in both leagues respectively. After baseball, Bunning went on to serve 12 years in the U.S. Congress and 2 terms in the U.S. Senate. His death was confirmed by his former chief of staff, John Doozer. Nashville Predators fans have a quirky tradition of throwing catfish onto the ice to support their team, but now a local business in Pittsburgh is taking extreme steps to keep catfish off of the home ice during the upcoming Stanley Cup Series. Woolley, a popular local market, will be denying service to any Tennessee residents looking to buy catfish until the Stanley Cup is over. Owner Dan Woolley pulled a similar stunt for the Detroit Red Wings fans during the 2008 Stanley Cup, who are known for throwing octopi on the ice. How is he screening customers? Well, it's the same way a gas station screens underage drinkers.
They're going to have to show ID, and if their driver's license says Nashville or Tennessee, we just won't sell it to them.
The catfish.
Predators fans will have until 8 p.m. Monday night to find another source of that freshwater fish if they want to bring it to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals in Pittsburgh. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC 7?
I like ABC 7 because it's local. It gives me all the local news.
The local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community-driven.
Kelly Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
When I turned 18, something big happened on my birthday. Every comfort that I knew, gone. This is what it feels like to age out of the foster care system in America. And this is the feeling that nearly 30,000 young people experience every year. But it can be better. You and me, working together for success beyond 18. Improve the lives of young people aging out of foster care. Learn more at jimcaseyouth.org.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Members of a Alabama high school graduating class got their diplomas, and for one graduate, the night was long overdue. How about over a century? 101-year-old John Moats never got his high school diploma until now. School administration says they were surprised when Moats' family reached out about the opportunity. At 18, he went into the Air Force as an engineer and served his country, always remembering the diploma he never got in 1933. This weekend, he didn't want special treatment, just his turn. And check this out, Moats has big plans after the graduation. He's enrolling at the University of South Alabama in the fall to study music. Yeah, never too late. How about that?
And the job offers for summer employment are already pouring in, I'm sure.
Probably. Engineer, I'm sure he's got a lot of background and plenty to do.
It's going to be a great weekend, lots of sun. Put on the sunscreen, there's your 7-day outlook showing the next chance of rain coming in by next weekend. Sorry about that.
And boaters, be sure to wear sunscreen and anything else to protect yourself because it is toasty.
And don't forget our hurricane special coming up next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Tell you all about what you need to know for the upcoming hurricane season.
All right, we'll see you guys later tonight.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC 7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC 7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.